Joined now by Rob Smith, head football coach, of course, who a lot of you are familiar with at this point. If not, you need to get on board here. Coach Smith, though, right in the middle of spring ball. I was talking to someone the other day. They said, football? The heck are you talking football in March? And I said, spring ball, right in the middle of it. Actually, you're coming down the home stretch, Coach.
That's right, JB. We changed our schedule this year, moved spring practice up one full month. I had always been at a quarter system school, which required that we go after spring break, basically the month of April. Here at Humboldt, being on the semester system, I had heard a lot of coaches and talked to a lot of coaches that had done this, where they went half a spring ball before spring break, took that week off, and then came back. So we have one more week remaining. This week we'll end up with a scrimmage on Saturday at 12 noon that is open to all of our fans, so we encourage people to come on out.
All right, looking forward to that. I got a chance to take in some of the scrimmage last week. I think 60 plays you guys went. You had the officials out there. Your thoughts so far? What'd you think of Saturday's festivities?
Saturday wasn't great offensively. It was a better day defensively. I thought the first scrimmage we had prior to spring break, our offense performed better. But that's spring. It's no fun to be the head coach when you have a scrimmage, because one side's going to win, one side's going to come up on a short end normally, and as a head coach, you tend to focus on that side that didn't get the job done as well. But we're making progress. We have 11 practices done to date. We're allowed 15 over the course of spring, and we've made progress. We have some areas of weakness or very thin at certain positions. We had only 3 receiver scrimmage on Saturday, and only 6 healthy offensive linemen. So that is something that you have to work through. Obviously, in the fall, when we get our incoming recruits on campus, we'll eliminate those problems. But so far, so good.
Now, yeah, for the folks, I was there, and you heard Coach was coaching up the offensive guys on Saturday, and it was more.
Is that what you call it, coaching up?
Well, words of encouragement to play better, not rah-rah. That was more on the defensive side. Things were going there, but offense is always fun. It's just, well, I don't know, for the people that don't know, offense and defense. Defense you can throw together. It's not where you want to be, but you can. Offense it takes time, doesn't it?
It does take time, JB, and certainly we've got Mike Prue, who did start 6 games at quarterback last year, but it's still just a sophomore eligibility-wise. We've added Chris Bolt, the transfer from Western Washington. He's been here now all of 10, 11 practices, and so and we have the majority of our offense in, and offense is so built around timing and all 11 players executing their responsibility. Defense a little bit different in the sense that it's more free-flowing a little bit, and mistakes may not be as apparent unless the offense finds a way to exploit that area where the mistake was made. But you see a mistake on the offensive side, whether it comes from the quarterback or a missed block by an offensive lineman. We had both of those on Saturday. It tends to stand out a little bit more. But
and the stuff you see this time of year, you're hoping you don't see in the fall, of course, and those are the bad snaps, the missed exchanges, running back goes one way, pitch goes another. And I'm sure it's frustrating as those are for you now. It's a lot better to have them now in spring instead of fall when it matters.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of plays where a quarterback goes this way, running back goes this way, and they're both standing there looking at each other saying what happened. But, we're allowed 15 practices in spring, and it's tough on kids because, number one, we do have some depth issues that are obvious to everybody at certain spots. And so we had 3 linemen that took every single snap in the scrimmage on Saturday, and all 3 of our receivers took every single snap. And that doesn't happen. They don't get, normally they will get some type of break in a game or whatever. Obviously, as we get the reinforcements here in the fall, we have 39 incoming freshmen to join us and another handful of transfers. We will solve those depth issues. But spring is a time where there are going to be mistakes. You hope we can learn from these mistakes. It's valuable tape that we can get together and our players can use between now and the start of fall to really learn from and come back more prepared.
How would you compare this spring to last spring? How's that, I know the process towards getting a championship team. How far have you come in 1 year?
I think we've come light years. I really do. Last year was, if you remember, I was hired in February, my staff was hired in March, and we were on the field in April, and it happened that quick. Last year was all about getting to know our players, having them get to know us, try to establish the standards that we were going to operate by. Now that's in place. We know these players, they know our style, and most importantly, I think they understand our level of standards or expectations for them. So it's gone smooth to that, far less drama, if you will. It's gone smooth that way, but we're still a very, very young football team, and will be for another year or two. We will not have a senior offensive lineman with us in the fall, for example. So we're working 3 offensive linemen right now that have been on campus here less than a year.
So I mean, you're teaching guys how to shave, not just read a playbook, right?
We're teaching them just about everything in regards to the game of football.
All right. Now, we probably aren't going to talk to you when the show goes on summer hiatus, maybe fall, before we talk to you again. Recruiting's over. Spring ball's got a week left. What takes place now for you and your coaching staff getting ready for fall ball?
Well, first of all, recruiting's never over.
Okay.
You always, and it may be limited as to what we can do in terms of going out. We don't do that, but certainly answer the phone. I've learned over the years that some of the best recruits may be just by answering the phone, and you have a kid that's dissatisfied somewhere else that may be calling. So you're always recruiting that. But again, it's a chance for our players to get back and really focus on school. That's the biggest change from a year ago. A year ago, we ended spring practice the week prior to finals. Here we have a full month now where they can really get back. We'll have a mandatory study table for them throughout the month of April, but we also want to give them a chance to just kind of relax and quote, be normal students.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah, exactly right. From a coaching standpoint, we'll do a thorough evaluation of everything, including what we did not accomplish throughout spring, set everything for the fall that we need to do, and try to get out maybe and watch some other colleges during their springs in April.
Now, what about camps? You guys do like the camp circuit? Will you be having a camp here?
We're going to run a youth camp.
Okay.
We had hoped to run a high school camp, but it just did not come together. But we are going to run a youth camp in late July, and we'll get information together as quickly as we can. We're going to run the first JFAN, Jack Football Alumni Network and Friends golf tournament.
I've been working on my swing. I'm ready.
Golf tournament June 5th at Beaupre Golf Course in McKinleyville. Really some things to generate some excitement and certainly some valuable support. But continue to get out there and let people know who we are, what we're all about, try to get them excited.
Any vacation? Do you get to take the wife and kids on a vacay? Is there any week
Hopefully
off?
Hopefully some time in July we're going to get up to our lake cabin up in Washington.
Outstanding. Coach, thank you so much. Rob Smith after spring ball, almost over. So come check that out. Noon on Saturday, I'll be there, see the Jacks before fall. Championship coach coming up next. Shelley of the softball team here on HSC tonight.
Miller Farms is a full-service nursery that's brimming with color. You'll find everything from beautiful plants to gardening supplies and landscaping equipment. Miller Farms staff is incredibly knowledgeable and always available to help even the most novice of gardeners. Their giftware section is full of wonderful and whimsical cards, garden ornaments, and so much more. From fountains to plants and trees to gardening supplies and specialty workshops, you'll find it all in one special place at Miller Farms on Central Avenue in McKinleyville.
Who doesn't daydream about the convenience of modern appliances? At Bear River Casino, you have a chance to win a modern appliance miracle makeover. From now until April 7th, you can earn or win tickets to be the lucky winner. Earn 1,200 points on your Players Club card in one day during Players Club hours, or win a taxable jackpot and receive a ticket. The drawing will take place April 7th at Bear River Casino.
Win and bear it at Bear River Casino.
Escape to a whole new adventure.
The power of people working together. That's what you'll find at Coast Central Credit Union. 52,000 members who have pooled their resources to benefit each other and our community. We're not here for profit, we're here for you. Isn't it time you joined? Coast Central Credit Union. Belonging never felt better.